Are you a business owner or a sales manager looking for some motivational speaker to increase your sales? Let me save you some money and time, and don't hire them. Don't get me wrong. There's some good ones out there. There's some ones that are worth their money. The thing is, the reason why I say don't hire them is if you have a mechanical problem in your car, you're not going to call or you're not going to hire an opera singer, right? It might gonna make you feel good. It's gonna remember you things. It's gonna give you good feelings, but he doesn't have the mechanical skills. He doesn't have the mechanical knowledge. He doesn't have the mechanical wisdom that comes with the experience of that knowledge, right? The execution of it. So that's why. And like I said, there's some good ones out there. They're gonna give you a really good deliverable. They're gonna give you the talk, and everyone's gonna feel great, but they don't assess your current state. They don't know your business. They don't evaluate your team's performance. They don't evaluate your leadership performance and your growth plan and your strategic planning. And that's the reason why I say that it's going to be a waste of time and money, and you're just going to get like an illusion. You're just going to be fooling yourself, right? So let me give you an example of what you need or what you should do if you want to increase your sales, right? If you don't know me, I'm Coach Luis Marino. I'm a consultant and coach for continuous improvement in leadership. I've had many clients that contact me wanting to give them a motivation talk, right? And I don't do this. I don't do this now because I know it's going to be a limited result for them. I really, really know that that's not going to help them, right? Sometimes, sometimes the people there have um, workshop blindness, right? They don't see the things that they're really close to, or they don't have the knowledge for it. You know, they don't realize they don't have good practices on team management or decision making or growth. Anyways, there's a lot of people that don't understand that motivation is not going to create the continuous results or the top performance they want. See, and the reason why is because there's no plan for it, right? There's no correct and concise assessment. I designed a document that where I evaluate 730 points, and I do inspections, I do audits, and we're talking about multi-departmental, right? I do this with marketing, customer service, strategic planning, human resources, sales, and leadership. And we see, I need to know the current state. I need to know what's going on right, what's being done right, what's being done that shouldn't be doing, and what's something that should be people should be doing that they're not doing. And then once we clearly define the current state, and we're talking about conversion rates in the sales cycle, we're talking about, I mean, over 40 metrics and over 40 best practices. Then we defined the future state, you know, what you want to achieve and when you want to achieve it. And then we determine how fast you can get there with what you're doing and what needs to be done. And then what are the best practices you need. And then we create a whole project and deliverables and time dates and all that stuff. But the main thing is, I wanted to leave you here is you got to have a really clear, not only goal, but identifying the problem that's going to keep you from getting or achieving that goal, right? So let me give you, I know I'm talking like general, but let me give you a specific. This is a quick example of a customer I've closed about 3 weeks ago, but I do this with every customer. Anyways, they're a big retailer, and I go to the sales manager to ask for information about the department, combined with the supply guy. I don't remember what the job description was, but it's the guy who's responsible for buying the whole stocks, the whole products. Anyways, I ask for them to give me the top 20 products that they're the most profitable and that have good flow, and then the top 20 with most profits that have slow flow, that they don't have a lot of sales, and then the top 20 products that have the least profit, but are more, that have a lot of rotation. And then the top 20 products that haven't been sold in 6 to 12 months. And then the top 20 products that have been in promotion for the last quarter, the last 4 months. So inside the analysis, the operation analysis document that I designed, in the part of audits, I do it multi-departmental, but on the sales team, I go directly with them and I interview them and I evaluate their performance and I evaluate their training also. So I noticed that a lot of the sales person, either woman or man, they weren't trained for the product. They didn't know the product. They didn't know how to mix it up, make an upsell. They didn't have a sales speech for it. They didn't have rebuttals. They just didn't understand the product. I mean, they were just, like that old saying, "I just work here." Yeah, well, they're motivated, but they just work there. They don't know the products. And I mean, they had a lot of mistakes that they started realizing because they were not collaborating in the teams, right? The marketing department wasn't talking to the sales department, and neither one was talking to the customer service department. Leadership, they were just talking to those departments, but they were not collaborating, right? And there's a big difference there. If you're a leader, you need to know the difference between collaboration, coordination, and cooperation. And most leaders, and I can tell you that, and we can get into it, but this video is not it's not for that. So contact me if you want to talk more about collaboration. But the thing is, a lot of leaders think they collaborate, and the truth is they don't. Anyways, moving on. Other mistakes that I've noticed along the way is that the compensation plan is wrong. So the sales person is obviously not motivated because the commissions aren't right. Sometimes they don't get paid right, because they make mistakes. They have to wait too long. Sometimes they're an opener and a closer, and then there's the lead generator, and the lead generator makes more money and gets paid faster than the closer who does all the work. And there's a whole lot of problems, right? Sometimes it's just a small organization, and it can be fixed. But other times it's more complex, right? Because like I said, the training and the follow-up, that's a big problem. Really quick, a lot of managers, what they do is, and I mean, I know a lot of you have a lot of work there. You guys are overwhelmed, and I get that. I met last week. I met a new manager, and he was doing the work of 4 people. Right, it's just way too much, and that's a whole nother talk. But the thing is, I know you guys have a lot of work, but you can't forget your main purpose or main objective, and that is to help your team achieve their goals, and not by reprimanding them, not by, you have to coach them, you have to guide them, you have to lead them, right? So that's a big mistake I've seen, because some managers, they get to the end of the month and they see the numbers, and then they either reprimand the salespeople, or what this is a really common mistake is they enter a panic, right? And they do the stuff, they do the work. So they get on the calls and they do close a lot of sales. And sometimes I've known cases where the sales manager does a little around 50% of the sales, and on the last few days of the month. And you might be, well, he got the job done. Yeah, but the thing is, it's month after month. And why? Because the people are not trained right. There's not a system on how to talk. There's no speeches. There's no, like I said, there's not a sales cycle designed for each niche or a specific buyer and a product. And like I said, it gets more complex, but it's a big problem, because like I said, there's a lot of mixed signals, and there's a lot of problems that doesn't get talked much. Like in this particular example, the team members felt, I mean, they weren't even aware they were not hitting the goals. They just felt like their manager moved them, came in, made the sales, took their commissions, and these guys are like, you know what? You know what I'm saying, F that guy. And there's not a good work culture, and there's not just a good ambience, right? There's a lot more going on. Like I said, there's more specifics, this is a more complex talk, and I can definitely help you with that. That's what I do every day. But the thing is, real quick, you have to talk to marketing, and you have to have plans on moving products and looking at the numbers, and it's a whole other game. Because another mistake I've seen been done is that what I said, the numbers, administrations, sometimes they invest more money in moving a product than what they're going to make by that product. And so, and there's a lot of stuff. Sometimes a lot of buyers end up buying products that just won't sell, and then they don't have a plan with the sales team, and it just ends up being stock that it's not going to move. It doesn't move, it's not going to sell, and just money staying there, right? So you can do so much money, so much stuff with that money. I mean, you have no idea what we've done in several other cases where this other case, we did a 5S inspection, and then a cleanup and organization. We implemented the 5S system, and my client achieved around 700 and something. I think it was like 742 something, over 700,000 in products that were not selling or were defective, and they weren't sending back to the supplier. Anyways, we did the whole, we improved everything there. And then what they did with that money is they improved the compensation plan, right? So that's a good motivation. Anyways, I know I've talked a lot, and there's a whole lot more to talk about. Just to close up now is, remember, if you had low sales, or if you need to increase your sales, think twice on hiring a motivational speaker or something along the lines, because you have to work on your business system, right? Not on your emotions. I mean, you do have to work on them, but it's not the main thing. And another important one, if you say this isn't true, you want to have a system where it's so easy to implement. Like, if a new sales person comes in, you have an onboarding system where it's going to be low cost for you, it's going to be effective, quick, it's going to give them the enough confidence to go out and sell and hit your targets each week, right? So, I mean, like I said, you got to talk with human resources, and there's a whole lot of things you have to do. And it might, for some of you, it might be like overwhelmed. You might be like, whoa, that's just too much. I'm a small business, or I'm an entrepreneur. And you're right. If you're an solopreneur, some of you are entrepreneurs, then you're just self-employed. But if you're a company, and if you have a sales team, then this is something you definitely do, even though you're a small team. And I think if you're a small team, it's even better to start now. The reason is, once you grow that team, because you grew your business, it's going to be more expensive for you. It's going to cost a lot more to train all those people. It's going to cost a lot more money to fix problems from all those salesmen that everyone's doing their own thing in their own way. So if you want to train or being coached as a sales leader, sales manager, or even as a salesperson, contact me. I have courses, I have workshops, I have one-on-one sessions, and I'll be glad to help you grow your business and your sales system and your performance, right? So thanks for watching.